Fearless Friday, your day to reclaim your weekend and your life. I'm Flora with the FloraSageTherapiesInstitute.com. I have a story that I want to share with you today. There was a farmer who was digging a well, and he worked all day but was unable to finish the well. So he went home and he slept. During the night, there was a donkey that fell into this hole and was struggling to get out all night. So that next morning, when the farmer came and saw the exhausted donkey, the farmer said, well, there's no way that I'm going to be able to get this donkey out. So he started to put shovelful and shovelful of dirt on the donkey. And the donkey was so exhausted that he just succumbed to this death and was buried alive. Still needing the well, the farmer moved over a little bit and started to dig another well. He worked all day long and again was unable to finish. So he went home and slept. The same thing happened. Another donkey fell into that hole and tried all night desperately to get out. The next morning, the farmer looked and was like, dang it, another exhausted donkey. Well, I know what to do. So he started to put shovelful after shovelful of dirt on top of the donkey, expecting the donkey to succumb to this untimely death. Instead, what the donkey did surprised the farmer. Instead of just standing there and allow himself to be buried, he shook off the dirt off of his back and stomped it down until eventually was able to walk out of the hole because the farmer had filled it with dirt for him. Think about life circumstances. Think about times when we have found ourselves in a hole, in a deep hole, and we struggle to get out. And we feel absolutely exhausted. And then life circumstances happen where it feels like we're being buried alive. That moment right there where we're exhausted and we feel life start to bear down on us, that moment right there is when we have the power to make the choice of either get buried alive and succumb to an untimely death and feeling suffocated and just giving in to the feeling of, well, what's the point? Or we can choose to really use that as fuel and use that as motivation to say, hey, I can use this to lift myself out of this hole. I can use this not to make myself more exhausted, but I can use this to make myself stronger, and I can use this to make myself kind of boost up a little bit higher and a little bit higher and a little bit higher until eventually I can walk myself out of this hole instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm being buried alive. So this week's challenge is to look at where you're exhausted and struggling in your life, and look at those things that are bearing down on you. And instead of looking at those things that are bearing down on you as being the beginning of the end, look at them as a stepping stone for how to make your way out of this exhausting situation and out of this hole that you are seemingly in. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media platform, and an email. And if you have not already received your free Fearlessly Inspired e-kit, head on over to florapeterson.com and download your free e-kit today. Until next week, I'm wishing you a fearless and fabulous day. Mwah.